Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is a product review of the JOTO universal bag, which is basically waterproof, snowproof, and dirtproof as well. So it protects your device from getting any water damage, basically. And this fits tons of smartphones out there, or not tons, but multiples. I mean, you got the iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus. Then you got the Note 4, Note 5. HTC devices. Pretty much it'll fit phones in here that have a maximum screen size of 6 inches, and then it can go anything below that as well. In my case, I have the Samsung Galaxy Note 5 with a 5.5-inch screen. Excuse me, 5.7-inch screen. I apologize for that. And I have an iPhone 5 with a 4-inch screen. So what we're going to be doing is taking a look at how those two devices fit in this bag right here that is mainly designed for a phablet or a large smartphone, whatever you want to call it, to accommodate as many size smartphones out there with multiple screen size that are under 6 inches. Alright, so here is the product itself right here. It's basically in this plastic bag right here. And here is the back of it. Nothing too crazy, it just gives a description, a brief description about the company itself. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the waterproof bag itself. Alright, so here is how it comes. It basically just comes in a standard Ziploc bag like that. And there is a piece of paper that came out already. This is basically a thank you note, and another thank you logo right there on the back by JOTO. And then here is the product itself right here. And basically this is pretty much it. I mean, it's basically a bag that keeps your device from having any liquid get to it. And it is sealed nice and tight on the top right here. And it's all closed right here, so that way no liquid is going to get into any of your ports through this bag itself. Now, to open this up, you have two locking mechanisms right here. You have the left one right here, and you have the right one right here. Basically, you just flip those up, you open it up, and then you can take this out, which basically gives you instructions on what to do, how to open it up, put the phone inside, and what they suggest you do before putting your phone in. Basically, whenever you get like a product that's supposed to waterproof your device, so that to prevent any liquid from getting into the ports themselves, is basically test the product in a certain amount of water first before you put your phone in there, because you want to check for any leaks or any bubbles coming out, so that way you can be assured that no liquid is going to get inside your product at all. Therefore, your phone is safe and secure from any water damage. Alright, so that's basically it right there. And also, in this bag right here, and it actually slides right out, but you have a wrist strap right here, or a lanyard. And the lanyard is basically so that you can wear this thing around your neck, and then you basically just feed the loop through this hole right here. That way you can wear it around your neck. This, for this and this combined, that's more for something like a lifeguard. I can picture a lifeguard wearing this around their neck, so if they have to do any safety precautions or anything, and they need to have their phone on them in case that they need to make a phone call or have to do any checkings and all, get any text messages from their bosses saying, okay, make sure this is going good and everybody's safe, nobody's drowning. You know, I can see a lifeguard wearing this around their neck, so it could just be a quick look and then put it back, let it flop around under the chest, and then that's the way to go. I haven't used this yet, but if I ever need it, it's great to have. I mean, I'll always take wrist straps, so that way if I have a device with me, I can just put it around my wrist and then hold my phone at the same time. So if my phone were to slip out of my hands, you know, it'll just be hanging on my wrist, so that way it doesn't hit the ground. I mean, that's what I would use the strap for. But you know, for this, I'll only use it if I'm like swimming or something. Maybe if I'm in a swimming pool, or if I want to shoot video underwater when I'm at the beach or something. I mean, that's pretty much why I would use this product. Now, let's start with the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So, how can you tell which way is the front and which way is the back? There's nothing to it really. I mean, the logo, if it's facing the front, then I would consider that the where the screen would show. I mean, you could do it vice versa as well, because you do have a clear protective film on either side, and that way you can see both the back of the phone and the front. But either way, they're both very sensitive, or they will recognize your touch gestures, so that way it'll be applied to the screen itself. Alright, so basically what you're doing what I'm doing right here is taking my Note 4 and then sliding it into this bag right here, like so. And then what I'm basically doing is giving it a quick push to release any air that's in there, so that way it's not bulging out once I seal the bag. And as you can see, it's sticking out to the screen already. You can see a little bit of the watermark. That's fine, don't worry about it. You know, it basically just sticks to the screen. Plus, I do have a screen protector on there already, but it doesn't make that big of a difference. Then you close the top right here, and then you lock them locking mechanisms right here, and then make sure it is nice and tight right here. And you do see a little bit of opening right here, but you know, that's not gonna make liquid go through the bag itself. I mean, the only time I've seen liquid when opening this thing is just the top right here. In fact, let me show you. And we will be doing a water test as well, so you guys can get the idea of how liquid is going to get in there. But basically, the liquid, it only goes in that far, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it doesn't go any further between that gap right there. It just goes to the top, and that's it. So the only time you really have to be careful with liquid going to your device is when you pull it out, or when you open it and then finally pull it out. Alright, so there is the Galaxy Note 4 inside this bag right here, and then here is the back. So you have it, the camera exposed, that way you can record video while you're near a liquid environment. Alright, and let me show you the touch sensitivity of the screen right here. So as you can see, it's not very flush with the screen right here. As you can see, there is a little bit of a gap between the screen and the protective film itself, but if you apply the right pressure, the screen works. I mean, it works. So you are able to use your screen while it is in this bag right here. The only issue you would have when trying to use the screen is if you're actually underwater, because you actually lose the touch capabilities when you're underwater, and the only way you can get it back is if you take it out of the water and bring it back to land, meaning like take it out of the water. So that's basically how the Galaxy Note 4 looks inside this bag. Obviously, this isn't the only phone that it can fit. I mean, there's also the iPhone 6s, 6s Plus, 6 Plus, and then iPod Touches. I mean, any device that is below a 6-inch screen will fit in here. And as you can see, I have a full-size phone in here, and it works just fine. And it's nice to hold. I mean, yeah, the edges are kind of sharp around here, but it's not as sharp as you feel like you're going to get a paper cut. No way. It feels great, feels very nice in the hand, and it's big too. Now, the only issue I have with this thing is when I'm trying to reach my buttons around here. Like if I want to try to reach for my volume rocker right here. I mean, with the Galaxy Note 4, it's kind of hard to push on it, because there are no specific cutouts, no specific the covers that go with the buttons. And I'm thinking JOTO can't do that, because this product is meant to fit multiple phones out there. It's not like you would have to buy, for example, waterproof cases. I mean, you could buy a waterproof case that is specific to your phone, but then what happens when you upgrade to a different phone? What happens if you switch from Android to iPhones, or iPhones to Android? Then you have to buy a specific case for that particular phone again when you upgrade or change your phone. With this product, you can actually use it between multiple phones if you ever have to upgrade or change your phone. And now let's get my iPhone 5 to show you how it looks in this bag itself. And the iPhone 5, I apologize for bumping the tripod. The iPhone 5 is significantly smaller than the Galaxy Note 4. The Galaxy Note 4 having a 5.7-inch screen, while the iPhone 5 has a 4-inch screen. Alright, so to take it out, obviously you just unlock the mechanisms right here. Alright, and then you basically slide it out. Phone is out, nice and clean. We can set that off to the side. And now we have the iPhone 5 right here. Slide it in. And the way I go about using the iPhone 5 right here is, I mean, it depends on your personal preference. For me, I prefer like in the middle, but you could have it all the way down as well. I mean, nothing to it really. It's just my personal preference. Alright, and I'm going to let all the air out. Lock it up. And there you go. So that's how the iPhone 5 looks. And you know, to use a smaller device in this kind of bag right here, I mean, it's doable. I didn't turn on my iPhone 5. And with a small device, it's actually a little bit worse to get to the buttons right here. Well, I mean, the volume buttons are okay, but to get to the sleep wake button right here, I mean, you really have to bend it to push it. And then as you can see, that I'm able to turn my phone on that way. But the problem with doing that is I'm always worried about this part leaving a bent mark, because as you can see, I bent that pretty good, but eventually it's going to reform back into place. But for something like that, I do not want to bend my product. So, I mean, you could use a small device, as you can see right here. I mean, would I suggest it? Probably not, but it is an option if you ever wanted to do it or to make use out of your smartphone. Alright, so without further ado, let's get on with the water test. Alright, so I'm going to pull the drain and fill the sink up with water. And as you can see, I got my Galaxy Note 4 inside, ready to go. So, alright, so as you can see, screen works. And I'm going to drop it in. Alright, so as you can see, it is submerging in water right now, and the screen is not usable while completely submerged underwater. But when you finally take it out and then you let the water drops come down a little bit, then you can start using the screen again, as you can see. Alright, but when it's completely submerged, it's a no-go. So what I'm going to do is actually shoot a video right here so you guys get to see the video quality when it's underwater. Actually, let me start that over so I can give you a landscape view. Alright, so it's recording right now. I'm going to drop it in the water. As you can see, I cannot touch the screen to stop the video. Alright, let's let the foam ride down in there a little bit. Alright, take it out. And I'm going to stop it. Alright, there we go. So now, let's take a piece of paper towel. Let me set this down. Dry it off. Every time you take it out of like a water or a liquid, you want to dry off the bag before you go any further. Otherwise, there's a slight chance that you could get liquid into your ports if you're not very careful. See, having an issue with buttons already. But then again, this bag is made for multiple phones, so it's not made for a specific one. Alright, so I've got that dried up pretty good. Now let's unlock the mechanism. And earlier ago, I was showing you that the liquid only goes to the top right here. That's how much liquid got in there. As you can see, that's as far as it'll go. The only time you have to worry is when you actually open it up. So I'm going to angle it so that way the liquid falls right out. And I'm going to get ready to pull my phone out. Alright, and as you can see, no liquid whatsoever on any of the ports. This product does what it's made for, and it's described correctly. Now, let's take the iPhone 5 and put it in here, just so you guys can see it underwater. Alright, again, I'm gonna touching the screen here. I do apologize for bringing it off camera. Let all the air out. Come on. You think I know how to do this already, which I do. It's just it just tried to lock itself without bringing the seal together. Alright, so there's the seal. As you can see, it's completely sealed. I mean, over here, as you can see, it is a little bit pushed out, but I wouldn't worry about that. Alright, and as you can see, screen works. Good. Submerge in water. Fully sealed, yep. Submerge in water. Screen is unusable. Hold the home button. I'm able to use Siri. But I can't use the screen. Let the water fall down. Able to use the screen. So now let's go into camera and start recording. Video. Alright, it's in landscape. Alright, so we're recording right now with the iPhone 5, and I'll show you this footage as well, so you guys can get an idea of how the iPhone 5 records in water in this case. Alright, so it's swimming in the sink right now. As you can see, screen is unusable. Alright, take it out. Let the water drain. I'm able to tap to focus and stop. Alright, now what I'm going to do is take another piece of paper towel to dry this off. To check for any leaks, any water inside the case or the bag itself. I keep wanting to call it a case, but it's not. Well, it is a case, but mostly a bag. I'm sure some of you guys are probably like, oh, what does it matter? It's waterproof. Which it is. As long as you don't break it. Alright. Okay, so got that dried up pretty good. Let's shut the screen off. I can shut it off. Alright. See all the liquid in there? Now, angle it this way, open it up, slide the phone out. As you can see, no liquid whatsoever. The only time liquid would get on is like from your wet hands. As you can see, that water spot that came from my finger. Other than that, thing works. Now I'm going to show you the clips that were recorded on these two devices in this bag right here. So take a look. So it's recording right now. Take it out. And I'm going to stop it. Alright, so we're recording right now with the iPhone 5, and I'll show you this footage as well, so you guys can get an idea of how the iPhone 5 records in water in this case. Take it out. Let the water drain. I'm able to tap the focus. And alright guys, so as you have just seen the two water tests, this thing is very capable. No matter what smartphone you have in there, what device you have in there, even if it was money or your a little wallet in here that you wanted to keep safe, this thing does work. It keeps your device protected from water damage, and this thing can go up to 100 feet deep. Whereas I've seen some that was like 2 feet deep. I'm not 100% sure if I really believe that or not. As soon as I saw 100 feet deep, I was very surprised and was questioning if that was really the case. But, in terms of like 6 feet or something, it's obviously going to be fine. But 100 feet deep, well, I have been able to test that actually. I would have to bring this to a giant swimming pool, probably like at a park or something, and then try it out there. Or I could bring it to the beach and then submerge it in water, but I'd be afraid to lose my phone right there because it'll just be swimming away. So, as you can see, this thing does work, and you just gotta be careful with it, so that way you have the proper protection that this is made for, so that way you don't get water damage onto your device right here. It looks very nice. It's very slick, but I would not use this as an everyday drop protection case. In fact, this thing actually fell twice. One time with my iPhone 5 and one time with the Galaxy Note 4. How did it happen? Well, I had it standing up like this, and I was playing around with this in the shower, believe it or not. And I was just trying to watch a video. I normally don't do this, but with this thing, I figured, hey, I might as well entertain myself while I was cleaning like the bathtub and everything. And then all of a sudden, I had it standing all the way to the top like this, and then it just comes falling down. The problem is, like, this edge right here is very thin that it doesn't have a big enough surface to stay on top of that bathtub, and therefore it wouldn't have fallen down, but in this case it did. And I was so nervous to see the result, because I figured, okay, what happened? Did it crack my camera lens? Did it crack the one of the glass pieces on the back of my iPhone 5? But so far, nothing happened. No, I don't know if I've ruined the phone in any way by dropping it like that. This is the best smartphone that I've ever gotten, believe it or not. And the last thing I want is to tore it up just from me being stupid. And I hardly ever drop my devices, believe it or not. If you were to say it every year, maybe like between 1 to 5 times, that's it. Other than that, well, those 1 to 5 times is just accidental drops. But in this case, this is what I call an idiot drop. So I would not use this as an everyday drop protection case. If you want like an everyday drop protection case, you probably go for something like this, or an actual waterproof case like Life Proof. And there were a couple other ones too that were obviously aftermarket, but they're made from companies that I've never even heard of, other than the core case companies like Spec, Switch Easy, Griffin, Incipio, companies like that are most common for phone cases. Alright, and I have this one right here by iBlazin, but yeah, JOTO, I've never heard of it before, and this is the first product I got from them, and so far I'm very impressed. However, this is not for everybody. If you are somebody that wants a product that can fit multiple devices, no matter which one you use, that you need to stay safe when near liquid or any type of liquid, this is the product to go. If you need something that's specific to your device and it's something that you want to keep on your phone every day, and if you can deal with the extra bulk, then this is probably not the product for you. You would have to get a waterproof specific case specifically for the device that you're wanting to use it with. This is universal, therefore I can use it with any product I want. I can use this with an iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus, HTC devices, iPod Touch, iPhone 5 right here, the iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, first generation iPhone. I could use a flip phone in here if I wanted to. The only problem is if I want to use the flip phone, then I have to flip it up inside the bag and then put it back in. So for me to put a flip phone in here, it's just to protect it. And if somebody needs to call me, then I'll know that they called, and then I'll go to a safe surface where I can take it out and then answer the phone call. But, I mean, this is meant for smartphones. Maximum screen size 6 inches. I got 5.7 inches right here. I'm a happy camper right here, guys. So I definitely recommend this product right here. Now, where did I get this from? I got it off of Amazon, and I paid like $9 for it. And then, of course, if you want to qualify for $35 shipping, then obviously free shipping, I apologize. Then your order's got to be over $35. It's the whole Amazon standard with this. Alright? Orders over $35, then you get free shipping. Otherwise, you got to pay for the shipping fee. But, I mean, I bought this for a pretty good deal, and the original price was like $20 for this. Not sure if this is like one of the known companies or if it was just like a knockoff. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about the company itself because this is the first product that I've ever bought and I've ever heard of this company. But so far, I'm very impressed with this, and I definitely recommend it if you guys want something like this and if you don't want to rock a waterproof case every day. That's the main reason why I bought this, is because while the waterproof case is nice to have, it's very specific to that particular device. And if I want to use it across multiple devices that I have, then I have to get the same case, or I have to get a different brand specifically for my device right here. Whereas this one, I can use either my Note 4, my iPhone 5, or my iPod Touch 5th generation, or some of the iPhones I have, the iPhone 4. I mean, it just works. And I can even, if I wanted to, I can stuff some money in here if I want. Why would I need liquid protection for that? I have no idea, but I do have the option if I ever wanted to. Alright, so I'm definitely going to leave an Amazon link below so you guys can check it out, and it's available in multiple colors as well. I mean, I got this in black, there's white, blue, green, magenta, which is basically like a pinkish color, pink/purple, so it's a little bit darker pink. Alright, obviously with Amazon price differences, it varies on colors. I don't know why that is, but I mean, whatever you guys want to do, definitely check it out. Link will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Also, check out the description below for my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. And if you guys like this product, I mean, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts about it. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about this. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.